Hey everyone, welcome to Neil's World, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to install a large language model in your local machine. That means you can run ChatGPT like AI models locally or privately in your own computer or in your own laptop. And that too you can run even if you do not have an internet connection. So let's start the process and see how we can do it. The first step is to install an app called Ollama. To do that, we will go to ollama.com. You'll have these download options. It is available to download for Mac, Linux, and Windows. I'll download it for my Mac. It'll take around a couple of minutes to download. Now I can install it. Here it is. Ollama is installed. So it will install in the command line. You need to enter the password for your Mac if you're installing it on Mac while doing it. And you can run your first model by using this command Ollama run llama 3.1. You can copy this command and then go to your terminal and then simply paste this command. This command will install llama 3.1 AI model. Now it is downloading the llama 3.1 model. It is a 4.7 GB of download, so it will take a couple of minutes for the download to complete. Here it is. Yes, it is successful in downloading and installing the llama 3.1 model. Let us test it by giving it a prompt. For example, tell me a joke. So here it is. It gives a response which is very fast. So let us ask it one more thing. Create a 300-word essay on artificial intelligence for a 7th grade. Here it is. You see the response. It is pretty fast because it is running off your local machine. Let me disconnect the internet. Now I do not have a connection, active internet connection. It is still running. This response is totally from the local machine. So this is where you can use the AI model in the terminal window or in the command line. So we are going to install one UI interface, user interface or web UI, so that we can run this AI model from our browser. For example, let us go to our browser. If I go to this localhost 11434 port, it will say this Ollama is running. Okay, the next step for our installation of web UI is going to this website called docker.com and installing something called Docker for desktop. It's available for all the operating system. I'll go ahead and download for Mac. I already have it downloaded, so I'll go to my downloads folder and run the installer. So this is the Docker installer. Simply I will install it in my system. Let us close out the terminal window. Okay, now Docker desktop is being installed. Once it is installed, we will go ahead with the third step where we can install one web UI. So this is the Docker installation. It says I'm already signed in because the very first time you install Docker, it may ask you to register for an account. You can skip that part and use Docker. We need to have Docker installed and running. Go to my browser and you need to go to the website called OpenWebUI, and then we will go to this link doc where documentation of web UI is there, and we will scroll down and here it is how we can install the web UI. So if Ollama is installed in your computer, use this command. So this command is a Docker command. We will copy this command and then I will copy and paste that Docker command. It will pull all the required dependencies from the internet and install a web UI. It will take some time for the download to complete. Once you install all the components of this download, we can use the browser to access our chat windows. Now it is installed and we can quit out of the terminal window. Now you see in our Docker containers, this is web UI is available. You can access web UI by going to this local host. The very first time you run this web UI, OpenWebUI, it will ask you to create one account. That account will be your administrative account, which will have administrative rights. I have previously installed web UI on this particular machine. That is why my login data and user data is still there in this laptop, and that is why it is asking me to sign in. And you can also create other accounts using the sign up button. Now I am logged into my web interface for the AI models. Now you see we have a very good user interface. You can select model from here. Why I am seeing all these GPT-4 Turbo and all these things? Because earlier I connected OpenAI through an API. But in your case, if you have not done anything before, you will see this Llama 3.1 model that is locally installed. But OpenAI will require an API connection to use the GPT models like 3.4, 3.5 or GPT models like 4.0 using API connection. For local AI model, you have this Llama 3.1 installed in the first step, and then you can use normal chat option to interact with the AI model. Like what is a random number, for example. Now it is giving me the response. You can add different models by going to here, where you can compare two responses from two models. If you use this plus sign, and you can select one more model from the available models and then compare the responses from the two different models simultaneously. You can go to settings, where you can install different models by putting model from ollama.com. How do you do it? I'll go to Ollama, then search for some models here. So this is Llama 3.2, which is the latest LLM from Meta, and it is the latest one. It is released only 2 to 3 days back. This is a little bit of a larger model. I'll go ahead and try to select this Phi 3.5, which is a 2 GB, I think. Yes, 2.2 GB of data that to be downloaded. So I'll go ahead to the admin panel, where I can put the name of the model. Then hit this download button, and it will download the AI model. So you can see the progress of the download here. It will take some time to download that 2.2 gigabyte of data for the Phi 3.5 model. So you can also download different models like the Google Gemma and other models using this graphical user interface. You can also delete the existing models by going to this delete a model, because I have this Llama 3.1 model locally installed. That is why it is showing you can delete this model from the local machine. So if you taste a lot of different AI models, you can delete the ones which you do not require. Now it says the model 3.5 Phi 3.5 is successfully installed. Now for deletion, you have now these two different models which are already installed. Now you can go to this chat option here. You can select the other model as well, Phi 3.5 latest. Now I was telling about this OpenAI connection. Let us go to settings, admin settings, where you can go to models, and where you can go to connections, where you can put the OpenAI API key. For OpenAI API key, you can get one OpenAI API from OpenAI website, and then you just simply need to paste your API key here, and then you can connect to the different OpenAI models. I'll go back to new chat. Here you can select different models. So this is how you can install AI models locally in your computer, which can run without the internet. And this kind of a system is very helpful in case data privacy is very much concerned. It is run privately in your own machine. You can try this out. Thank you very much. Do comment below how you like these models. What are the different models that you are trying out? And I'll see you in my next video.